So when we take a photo of a fish or a nudibranch or a seascape without the artificial lighting device, we will not be able to get a very colorful photo. So later I will explain a detail of this new Inon store. And we have our very loyal and reliable distributor for Malaysian market, which is Rainbow Runner Asia. And they have a very huge booth over there, and they exhibit a wide range of Inon product besides the store. So after my talk, please stop by at their booth. And nowadays, we are focusing on accessories for action cameras, like GoPro, DJI Osmo Action, and Insta360 S Pro. And so I carry those accessories from Japan. So please check those kind of action camera accessories on their booth. So maybe before I forget, I better to distribute this one. So because there are kind people attending my talk, so only a small thing, but please get one each of this logo sticker, and make sure, please attach this one on your suitcase. Then I can use everybody as advertisement. So each of you can be our brand ambassador. はい、ありがとうございます。So, the strobe is our primary product. And so, actually, our company is more than 30 years as of this year, after establishment. And our primary product is the strobe. And the first strobe from Inon, we launched first strobe more than 20 years ago. So let's cover briefly about the history of our strobe. So first thing is the Z22, this type of donut-shaped strobe. And this is a very first strobe model from Inon. And this strobe is mainly designed to shoot a very small thing underwater. So there are 4 flash tubes around this light emitting surface. And we put this donut-shaped equipment on camera lens port. And this is more than 20 years ago's product. But still, there are D22 users in the world. And sometimes I receive an inquiry from this customer if Inon can supply a spare parts for this very old strobe. And we still have some spare parts for this Z22. And then after, we developed this type of compact strobe model, Z220. And then after, D180. And D180 is the first strobe supporting a digital camera system. Then after, D2000. And Z240. And Z240, we launched this model more than 10 years ago. But this is one of the most popular model from Inon. And there are still many of Z240 users around the world because of popularity and reliability and durability of strobe. And then after, we start to distribute the S2000. And S2000 is the world's first compact strobe model. And the size of a strobe is like this one, red strobe, right here. And because of a very compact size, so easy to travel with this strobe. And especially when we shoot a very small subject, macro subject, then we can manipulate the strobe position, because quite often we encounter a very confined area around the subject, but still we can manipulate the position of a strobe. And then after, this is the last model from G330. And this one is the most popular server from Enon. And we have type, looks like I pressed the wrong button. Sorry, I cannot see, okay. And we have type 1 and type 2, two models. And, but unfortunately, because of the popularity of this model, and also the exchange rate condition between Japanese yen and against overseas currency, and we had to discontinue this G330 much earlier than we expected. So we discontinued this G330 more than 2 years ago. And our original plan was to seamlessly launch a new server, this one, in combination with the discontinuation of 330. But because of our popularity and also exchange rate, so we had to discontinue G330 much earlier than expected. So, of course, we already started to design and develop this new server model before we discontinued this G330. But because we discontinued this one much earlier than we expected, so it took a little bit long time to have a new model here. So now, so today's main topic is the introduction of a new server model from Enon, which is G360. And 360, our server model, they have numbered here. And the first two numbers, 36, stands for power of a server. And we could normally, we rate the server power at the guide number. And I'm not a technical person, so I cannot explain in detail about what guide number is. But please remember that the higher number means more power. So whenever you see a higher number here, then which means the server delivers more power. So guide number 36 is pretty powerful in the industry as of today. And this is the exterior of a new G360. And the outer exterior in front is pretty much same as the previous model G330. So any G330 users using a 330 and progress to this new G360, still they can use the same adapter like a dome filter or this partial shade or ball mount or optical cables. They don't have to change any of the accessories. They can still use the same accessories to use this new G360. So let me discuss about the new feature of this new G360. And as I explained, the power of a server, maximum number of maximum power of a server is the guide number 36. And there are different flash modes. One is STTL, which is the automatic control mode, automatic exposure control mode, and the manual mode, which we can take control over server power. And RC is the kind of a remote control mode, which originally designed by Olympus. So any user, Olympus shooters, which the camera had the Olympus RC mode, they can benefit of very precise and accurate detailed auto control of the camera. And about the CTTL, later I'm going to explain about the detail of a CTTL. And with this new G360, we have advanced feature of focus light. Okay, so better to get a little bit quick. Right, flash modes. And this is the magnified image of new G360. So first is the STTL. STTL is the automatic exposure control mode. So first, click, and this one this diagram explains how STTL works. And this left-hand side is when we press the shutter lever at the halfway. And when we press the halfway shutter release level, then camera makes a pre-flash. And that pre-flash goes to inner strobe by a fiber optical cable. Then inner strobe makes a pre-flash as well. And that pre-flash light goes to subject and bouncing back to camera. Then camera start to calculate how much amount of light I need to when I make a main flash. Then after, when we free depress the shutter level, then camera makes a main flash from a built-in flash based on this calculation. And then after, that main flash signal goes to inner strobe by a fiber cable, and inner strobe makes a full main flash to the subject to get the proper exposure. Even though camera doesn't know if I have an inner strobe on top of my head, but calculation at the time of pre-flash includes the inner strobe power. So even though camera doesn't know an inner strobe on top of his head, still the camera can calculate the appropriate exposure. Like this type of image. We don't have to think about anything complicated to set up a camera. And the STTL is the automatic mode, but still we can finely adjust the power of a strobe within the STTL auto mode range, because the exposure preference differs among different people. So we call EB control. Oh. EB control. Stop. So this right-hand dial, we can control the exposure of STTL finding, because the STTL is in a red arc. So when we see a red arc on the right-hand dial, there is a plus minus 0, then go to minus. So when we need to decrease the power, during we use STTL auto mode, we just change the dial position to counterclockwise to decrease the power. And this is the plus minus 0, then minus half, and minus 1, and something. So we can finally adjust even in STTL auto mode. And this one, the last image, is the maximum negative compensation in STTL auto mode, which is darker than the original photo. And also, vice versa, we can add an extra power on STTL auto mode. Like this one, we can finally adjust the power control of strobe. So after we take a photo with the STTL auto mode standard position, if we need to decrease the power or increase the power, we can still manipulate those type of adjustment by dialing a right-hand power dial. This EB control dial. And next one is the manual flash mode, which we take control over on the strobe. So we have to decide which power we deliver to the subject. And there are two different manual modes, either of manual 1, manual 2, or manual 1. And this position is a manual 2. And manual 1 here. And the number of this M2 or M1, the 2 or 1 stands for total number of flashes from a camera's built-in flash. So if camera does make a tiny pre-flash, then main flash, which means the total number of flashes are 2. So if we use a manual flash control mode on strobe with the pre-flash mode camera, then we have to set to M2. So let me explain what is a pre-flash and main flash. And this is a popular TG. And there are flash mode menu in the TG. Sorry, this one should be video, but somehow cannot play. Okay. Sorry. So, TG, when we press this flash button, then we can get into a menu of camera flash mode. And normally, we use a fill in. Fill in, whenever we press shutter release lever, camera stop always flashes. But with the fill in mode, the camera's flash makes a tiny pre-flash, then after main flash. So total number of flashes are 2. Now they are working on for me, sorry. Then also we have another manual mode, manual 1, which we have to set if we use a camera system which doesn't make a pre-flash, only main flash, which means the total number of flash from a camera is only 1. So by setting properly in the manual mode, then external strobe, inner strobe can properly work in sync with the camera. So there are 2 manual modes. Then after, there is the RC mode. Then after, CTTL. And this is another TTL automatic mode. And C stands for a converter. And this mode is specifically designed for in-home housing user. Because in-home housing comes with a specific electrical unit which converts camera's signal, electric signal, to optical signal. So this is the inside of a housing, and this is a camera. And the camera, the mirrorless camera, had this type of hot shoe. And so this green board is the electrical unit to change this camera's hot shoe signal to optical signal. So, like this. Sorry, and this one I created a video how it works, the detail converter works, but the video cannot play, so. And the detail converter so converts the camera's hot shoe signal into optical signal to properly trigger on strobe by optical signal. And because each different brand detail converter have a different program, which is a protocol. So, but the CTTL auto mode in this new G360 designed specifically for Inon housing converter. So anybody using Inon housing, they can benefit more accurate, precise TTL automatic control mode on this new G360. Oh, now video works. And also another benefit using Inon TTL converter is we can do this type of very rapid firing. And every single photo we can do a TTL automatic shooting. I saw this, and next one is the new feature of a focus light. And we have two different LED module on this new G360, and we can make it white and red. And first is the white. Sorry, video doesn't work. So white and red. Huh? Let me try again. Goめんなさい, no video. And so anyway, so this new G360 will be coming very soon because around the end of this month we start to initial pre-mass production. So to make only a few units to make sure everything is okay before we put the product in the mass production. So I believe we can announce this new G360 in next month. And this QR code navigates to our website. So if anybody interested in, please scan this QR code to get the latest of product information. And this is the end of my presentation, and thank you very much for joining my talk. And even though our video didn't work well, which I couldn't explain a little bit more in detail about our sort of features. So please stop by at the Rainbow Runner Asia after this talk so that I can explain a little bit more about this new stock. And also other equipment like popular TG system accessories, and also we have a wide range of accessories for action cameras, including macro lenses and wide lenses. はい、どうもありがとうございました。テリマカシバニャバニャ。